better. True, we've lost some giants, they were a credit to the game. But we've also found some young'uns, they promise to be the same. That's what the big game's all about, it happens every year. We lose a few of our heroes, but find others who know no fear. We see them give it all they know, we see them give it their best shot. It's whether unknown or famous, you gotta give it all you got. That season was a good one, we saw a big man walking tall. But who will it be this year to collect the greatest prize of all?
Good evening, welcome to Nosey Road, St Helens, where the Saints tonight entertain Hull. A rearranged fixture from earlier on in the season. I'm certainly glad it's not Hull away. Who wants to go to Hull on a Wednesday night? But anyway, we're here at Nosey Road. Saints being led out by tonight's matchday mascot. He's Paul Mason, he's 6 years of age. He attends St Teresa's Primary School at Clockface. They're doing his limbering up movements with the lads. Just behind Phil Beavers there. There he is, limbering up. A big day for this lad out there with his favourites. As I say, who knows, maybe one of these days he'll be out there in the first team himself. Saints team now, we'll go through them for you now. A few changes with Alex Murphy resting some of the players that defeated Warrington at Wilderspool. Number 1, Phil Beavers. 2, Dave Tanner. 3, Paul Loughlin. 4, Mark Elia. Number 5, Barry Ledger coming in with the injury to Les Quirk. 6, Shane Cooper. 7, Neil Holding. 8, Tony Burke. Graham Liptrot making his 3rd appearance of the season, takes over the hooking role. Number 10, Stuart Evans. 11, John Fieldhouse. Tremendous game at Wilderspool against one of his old clubs. Number 12, Bernard Dwyer. 13, Chris Arkwright. 14, Roy Haggerty, and 15, Paul Farber. Both of these lads had good games against Warrington and just on the substitutes bench tonight. Plenty of changes in the Hull side. Number 1, Hick. 2, Eastwood. 3, Vass. 4, Luluai. 5, Brand. 6, Price. 7, Dick. 8, Dannett. 9, Patrick. 10, Kerman. 11, Wilby. 12, Wellham. 13, Sharp. 14, Windley. And 15, Jackson. Tonight's referee is Mr. Haig. So there's young Paul Mason out there with Saints captain Shane Cooper and James Luluai, the Hull captain for tonight. So there's young Paul out there on the centre spot, going down to the tunnel now, taking his place with his parents. So ready for the kick-off. Saints to kick off, playing from the clubhouse end up to the Eddington. Paul Loughlin to start, and away we go. Kick deep, taken by Tim Wilby. Builds up ahead of steam, but quickly in there, Chris Arkwright and John Fieldhouse bounce him down in the 25. Ball spreading it quickly to the left. Patrick, it's backed in half back, trying to get his forwards going. Saints tackling, holds firm, forcing back. As Hull make another drive forward. Solid Saints tackling well. They played well at Wilderspool last Saturday. Tremendous tackling stint from the Saints. But Hull bring the ball back, kick up field. Well, David Tanner takes it. That's a switch. Barry Ledger is number 2 and Tanner at 5. Lofted pass there. Well taken by John Fieldhouse. Fed on to Beavers. The break was on, but Hull man quickly up there. Beavers releases the ball. Hull snatch that loose ball and take it left. Lofted pass there from Andy Dannett. Forward pass being ruled there by referee Haig. It's a scrum down just inside the Hull half. Scrum of the match, Neil Holding to feed, Saints head and ball. There it goes with the feed, but Hull penalised for offside at that scrum. Shane Cooper quickly over with the ball for a quick restart, but Paul Loughlin's going to gather further yardage for the Saints. Fine touch just short of the 25. Trot now. Plan move, Evans, Arkwright and Dwyer in the line. Tony Burke coming through. Burke breaks the cover. Fieldhouse on his right, but he just couldn't release it. Tremendous burst from Burke there. Saints spreading it right now, quickly. Neil Holding looking for the gap. Runners coming up, but good tackling from Hull. Beavers at dummy half. Onto Cooper, Arkwright, quick ball onto Evans. Hull up to it this time, forcing back, but it's just a matter of time now before the Saints burst through. Allowed to play the ball now. Graham McTop, loop movement with Holding. Holding breaks away, only the full-back to beat. Yes, Arkwright on his outside. Brilliant try there, Chris Arkwright. Just 3 minutes gone. Saying it's just a matter of time before we penetrate this Hull ranks, judging by that first movement, the first time we've got up into the Hull 25, and certainly show what we're capable of. Neil Holding there, scampering through, only the full-back to beat. Arkwright quickly up with him on the right. He fed it to Chris Arkwright, and he scampered in under the sticks for his 4th try of the season. Loughlin right in front of the sticks. Yes, no problem with that. Bangs it over. Loughlin's 64th goal of the season, and what a tremendous start for the Saints. Chris Arkwright going over there. Been out for a lengthy period with a bad groin injury. But back to full match fitness now. Saints again looking hungry for work. Bursting through this Hull defence. Hull definitely not the team that they were in the early 80s. Both Hull and Hull KR used to dominate the league. But they've gone right down the nick now and in financial difficulty, both Hulls. But Saints in possession, the ball back to Loughlin. Kicks upfield. Yes, number 2 there, Paul Eastwood, couldn't gather it. Saints quickly up there, Eastwood couldn't gather it. It went in touch off his hand, so it's going to be Saints head and ball. Saints putting the pressure on this Hull outfit. Neil Holding quickly up there. Scrum down just outside the Hull 25. Saints head and ball, Holding puts it in. Quick hands, Cooper, and an uncharacteristic loose pass from Cooper. Hull are in possession. Saints penalised for offside. Hull's first penalty coming there in the 5th minute. Eastwood stepping up to gain added yardage. Doesn't gain much yardage with that kick, but it's Hull in possession. About 10 yards inside the Saints half. Dannett coming in as first man, driving towards the Saints 25. And Hull spreading it to the right. Sharp, I think that is, bursting through. Saints lining out. Referee Haig trying to line them out. It's Hull still driving forward, just brought down on the 25 line. Blind side, Kevin Dick, ex-Leeds scrum half, trying to get this Hull side moving. Janet again, driving forward. Last tackle now for Hull. What are they going to do with it? They're running it, bringing it to the right. Jumping with Lulu Ivory's brought down. It's going to be the changeover. Yes, the referee ordering the changeover as the Hull man released it on the ground. Arkwright plays it quickly onto Cooper, over to Bernard Dwyer. Short ball onto Loughlin. Super ball onto Barry Ledger. Well, Ledger back in the team, not had many chances this season due to injury and loss of form. But he had a good game in the A-team last Friday against Wigan, scored 3 tries, and Saints running it now. It's the last tackle. Onto Mark Elia, trying to beat the man. Oh, I thought the referee was ruling the last tackle there, but he's just trying to keep the Hull side onside. Evans bursting through. Tremendous run from Evans. Just coming into his own now, this Stuart Evans. Well, Hull penalised for offside. Holding takes it quickly. Going on his own. Feeds it inside. Yes. Takes it over again. Shane Cooper. Well, that's what we've got to do. That's what the Saints have got to do. Hull penalised for offside. Neil Holding quickly up there. Played the ball quickly right in front of the referee. Drove towards the line. Cooper in support on his right. And Cooper touches down. That's Shane Cooper's 3rd try of the season. If this is anything to go by, we're certainly in for a cricket score tonight. David Tanner being entrusted with the goal kicking right in front of the sticks. Just 8 minutes gone, 10-0, Saints in the lead. Tanner lining up. Good goal kicker, Tanner. Makes no mistake with that, whaps it right between the sticks. So 12 points to 0. And just 9 minutes gone now. Kevin Dick to restart from the centre spot. And away we go again. Saints looking really dangerous as they press up in the Hull 25. Barry Ledger now, brought down 10 yards from his own line. Took that deep kick from Kevin Dick. Saints spreading it left. Tony Burke. Trotted to dummy half, bringing it blindside onto John Fieldhouse. Looking hungry, Fieldhouse. Had tremendous bad luck since he came here in an exchange deal which took Harry Pinner to witness. Well, now with Loughlin, taking him on Loughlin, stretching up centre field. Overlap on the right, onto Neil Holding, onto Barry Ledger. And Ledger getting in the corner. Taking it to touch, good tackling there from Hull at the death, but tremendous play from Saints. The ball going back to Loughlin on the 6th tackle. They all thought he was going to kick upfield, but he saw the gap, Loughlin. He heard through a valuable 40, 50 yard crossfield run, fed onto Neil Holding and onto Barry Ledger, but he's bundled into touch just about 10 yards short of the Hull try line. So it's Hull head and ball, but it's against the head there. Saints come away with it. Quick hands from Saints. Dwyer onto Liptrot. Liptrot going through. Feeds it inside. Yes. Cooper in again. 2 tries in 3 minutes from Shane Cooper there. Saints captain. Leads by example, this Saints captain, Kiwi international Shane Cooper. Tremendous player. As he's just glides through the opposition, very quickly on there. latched onto the end of that ball, and 16-0 for Saints. Paul Loughlin, no problem. Paul Loughlin bangs it over. 18-0, and just 11 minutes gone. Well, Saints now with a 9-match unbeaten run before today. The last time they was beaten was December the 6th at Craven Park against Hull KR, and they're still unbeaten at home this season. Saints bring it blindside. Driving towards the 25, it just seems that Saints have got to spread it out, and they're going to be able to score at will. Quick hands from Saints there. Saints forward, straightening up and driving forward. The ball back to Beavers. Picks upfield. Awkward bounce there, but Mick Brand keeps it infield, picks it up. But he's forced into touch. Some terrific Saints tackling over there on the main stand side. Force him into touch. Just about 5 yards inside the Saints half. Saints head and ball. Neil holding to feed. Graham Liptrot hooks that, and Saints spread it quickly. Beavers into Elia. Did well to take that. Loughlin coming round, taking him on Loughlin. As Alec Murphy says, Loughlin starting believing in himself, and he's really taking the defence on. Good quick hands from Saints there, and Saints keeping it alive. John Phelos taking it right to Graham Liptrot. Dummies through, head down, but no way through for him this time. Evans at dummy half, over to Beavers, linking up, beats the cover. Outside. Well, Beavers taken down with a rather high tackle. Offered the ball to Tanner, but Hull didn't take the dummy, and Beavers got a rather high tackle. So Tim Deakin, Saints physio, quickly on there. Beavers had quite a bit of treatment dished out to him at Wilderspool last Saturday, but he's come through. He's only missed one game this season, Beavers, when he picked up a knee injury, but he's still down there, right in the corner. It's going to be a penalty to Saints. Yes, he's up there, Phil Beavers. They're tough, these Aussies, aren't they? No problem. Very popular figure here at Nosey Road. James Luluai being brought out for that high tackle, I would imagine. The penalty being awarded to Saints. Quick play the ball by Graham Liptrot. Loose play there from Saints. Uncharacteristically, and Hull are back in possession. They're in their own 25. Up to Saints to keep them up there and get the ball from the changeover. But referee Haig coming over this side, penalising Mark Elia for offside. At the play the ball. Eastwood stepping up for the kick. Finds touch just inside the Saints half. Sean Patrick to restart, onto Kevin Dick. Short ball onto number 12, Wellham, Paul Wellham. Hull trying to move it left and break through the Saints ranks. Wilby there, Tim Wilby. Being bounced down, Saints tackling certainly improved this season. Sean Patrick taking it to the left. Loose ball there, but Luluai scampering off. Tries to flick it up, but Saints tackling holds firm that time. I don't know whether he's wiped the slate clean there, referee Haig. Urging the Saints to get back on side. Dick onto Sharp. Dick again. Coming cross field. Hull will keep it moving. Tim Wilby now, driving towards the Saints 25. Patrick, Dick. Hull bringing it to the right. Number 6 there, Price. Brought down right on the Saints 25. Hull moving it blindside. Changing direction inside to from Kevin Dick. Sharp coming through, but tremendous tackle there from Stuart Evans, I think it is. Beavers gathers it. Crossing being ruled there by referee Haig. Obviously, he's ruling that Saints players had impeded the Hull man in his efforts to gather the ball. So penalty going Hull way, and he's electing to have a kick for goal. 17 minutes of the game gone. Saints leading 18 points to 0. Hull with the first chance to get points on the board. Full-back kick gets the first points on the board. Full-back kicking the penalty. Hull's first points, 18 points to 2. Loughlin kicks off. The deep kick. Taken by Eastwood. Crossfield run, but Chris Arkwright bounces into the ground there. Super tackle from Arkwright. Back in peak match fitness. Hull moving it to the left. Arkwright in again. Beg your pardon, Bernard Dwyer that time, and Stuart Evans. Arkwright's just on the 25. But it's Hull now. Dick, a diagonal kick, crossfield, no problem. David Tanner stops it with his foot. Beavers on his outside. Tanner takes them on, drives up. Eastwood takes him down with number 3, Stuart Vass. And Saints moving it to the right. John Fieldhouse flicks it up there. Neil Holding cleans up. As well, Holding comes round, looking for the gap. Still going, Neil Holding. 3-man Hull tackle, bouncing to the ground. Rainlet trot at dummy half. Hull moving up rather quickly. Tony Burke, tremendous forward Burke, and Kevin Dick with some rather ferocious tackling going in there. Well, a fiery character Dick, he always has been when he was at Leeds, but it's the hooker, Sean Patrick, that's been spoken to, and Saints awarded the penalty. Paul Loughlin, good kick from Loughlin from an acute angle. Finds touch 10 yards from the Hull 25. Latches onto the end of it, inside to Bernard Dwyer, I think that is. Brought down just a couple of yards short, Bernard Dwyer. Beavers wants a quick play of the ball. The Hull man penalised for offside at the play of the ball. Saints probably elect to take a quick tap. No, they're going to go for the points, much to the displeasure of the crowd. Quick play of the ball there, and Hull tactics have possibly saved 6 points. It's Paul Loughlin going to step up, have a go for goal. Halfway through this first half, Saints with an 18 points to 2 lead. A further chance for Paul Loughlin to get further points on the board. Kick 2 this afternoon, this evening. Unaccustomed to playing in the evening now. But Sir Loughlin stepping up there, no problem. Slots it right between the sticks. 20 points to 2. Saints in a tremendous lead here now. Loughlin's locked in his 3rd goal of the evening over his 66th of the season. Kevin Dick to restart. No doubt he'll be getting sick of this before the 80 minutes is up. Dick kicks it over to the Saints right wing. Stopped by Chris Arkwright. Gathers it and drives towards the 25. Neil Holding, bobbing and weaving, tried to get through, no way through for him. Kerman takes, he's one of the tacklers there that takes him down. It's Graham Liptrot. This is Burke out, feeds on to Stuart Evans. The ball back to Chris Arkwright, looking for the gap. Fieldhouse on his right, but Hull quickly up there. Bill Beavers up to Loughlin, kicks upfield. Bouncing kindly. Looked as though it was a good bounce for Hick, but it did bounce awkwardly. Eastwood came in behind him, gathered it safely. Saints quickly up there. Hull with the ball, 10 yards short of the halfway line. Mark Elia going in there looking for some action. Dick trying to get the forwards moving. Onto Wilby. Sean Patrick at acting halfback. Brings it blindside. To number 8, Andy Dannett. Referee Haig awarding a penalty to St Helens for Dannett not playing the ball correctly. Good kick upfield, finds touch on the Hull 25. So it Saints with another 6 tackles to put pressure on this Hull outfit. Liptrot. On to Cooper. Ball coming back to Cooper. Class player, just glides around the field, prompting and showing his authority. Dwyer, loop movement with Holding. Diagonal run from Dwyer, still going forward. Just penetrating the Hull 25. Quick hands there, Liptrot, head down, straightening up, driving towards the posts. Beavers looks a quick play the ball. Links up well with his backs, Beavers. Holding, loop movement with Chris Arkwright. Inside to Shane Cooper. On to Loughlin. Still going, Paul Loughlin. Rangy lad this, 6'3". Tremendous centre play from this lad. On to John Fieldhouse. Short ball to Chris Arkwright. 10 yards short of the Hull line. It's the last tackle. Holding with a crossfield kick through. The Hull man well positioned, he gathers it. Puts Hull in possession, but they're in their own 25. Taking it left. Not much idea this Hull outfit. 25 minutes gone and trailing by 20 points to 2. Kick upfield, trying to relieve the pressure, and they certainly have done this time. Finds touch, 10 yards inside the Saints half. A good relieving kick from Hull. It's Saints head and ball, and Hull haven't even won a scrum this evening. So it's Saints to feed. Neil Holding, Saints head and ball. Graham Liptrot taking the scrums, 4-0 at present. Trying to get them to pack correctly. Well, loose arm from Graham Liptrot, ruled by referee Haig, so the penalty going Hull way. Eastwood stepping up for the added yardage. Finds touch midway between the Saints 25 and the Saints try line. Sean Patrick to restart. On to Kevin Dick. On to number 10, Kerman, going centre field but being forced back. Tremendous Saints tackling there. Arkwright and Dwyer. Hull now, moving it quickly to the left. Patrick again. On to Dick, inside to Sharp. Over there to Luluai, no way through for him. Luluai, one of 3 or 4 New Zealanders which graced the Hull club in the early 80s. Dannett taking it left. Solid tackling from Saints. Hull firm this time. now. Interception there, unlucky by the Saints there. Kevin Dick throwing a long ball out, trying to beat the Saints cover defence, moving up quickly, but it's knocked on. So it's a Hull head and ball, 20 yards from Saints try line. Kevin Dick to feed. Well, it comes out Saints side. The scrum was completely turned, but he's not happy with that, Mr. Haig. He's ordering them to reform. That goes against the head there. Neil Holding comes away with it. Quick hands, Beavers onto Elia. Beats one Elia, still going. Onto Dave Tanner, does well Tanner, takes it well. Keeps in field. Quick play from Saints there, won it against the head, kept it moving. Bernard Dwyer straightening up. John Fieldhouse on his outside. Referee looking to the touch judge for an indication, but penalising Hull for wrenching the ball from the Saints players' grip. Phil Weavers kicks for touch. Up on the Hull 25. Stuart Evans takes it well, drives forward. 28 minutes gone. Well, it's 18 minutes since we scored a try, and I'm sure things will have to be put right. Hull penalised again for interference at the play of the ball. Dannett being penalised this time. So another penalty to Saints. Graham Liptrot coming up, stepping up. Bernard Dwyer misses him out. Onto Tony Berg, beats one. Feeds back to Dwyer. Plenty of attention from the Hull outfit. Liptrot feeding on. Trying to get these Saints going. Liptrot again, moving it to the right. Onto Cooper, over to Beavers, linking up. Taking in the tackle, but feeds out to John Fieldhouse. Inside to Shane Cooper again. Cooper going on his own. Dwyer coming up, but taken down there. Cooper just 10 yards short. Plays it to himself. Goes in, yes! Cooper's hat-trick there. Brilliant play from this New Zealand standoff. I was just saying it's 18 minutes since we scored a try, and whether he can aim in or I don't know, but he goes over there, completes his hat-trick. Brilliant display. Registered his 5th try of the season. But Saints 24 points to 2 in the lead. And by what we've had tonight, a more difficult kick for the conversion. To the left of the post as we're looking at them, it's Paul Loughlin. Already kicked 3. Well within his capabilities. But he slices it, brings it to the left of the posts. 24 points to 2. 10 minutes remaining of this first half. And a great team performance from Saints this evening. Saints resting various players after a tough cup tie at Warrington, and it shows what strength that Saints have in reserve as they're lacing into this Hull team tonight. Saints bringing it to their left. Tony Burke pushing him off at will, turning round, looking to release. Solid 3-man tackle there from the Hull outfit. Saints bringing it on to John Fieldhouse. Feeds inside to Evans. Saints backing up. They're certainly following the man and looking for the ball. Chris Arkwright sees the gap. Lovely ball there onto Liptrot. Cooper on his outside. Beavers again. Cooper comes in field. Fieldhouse backing up. Lofts it inside to Beavers, but he couldn't gather it. Good play from Saints there. Into passing. Cooper again. Certainly having a stormer. Luluai feeding it inside. First time Hull have been in a bit of clear space. Super tackle there. Lofts it in field. Well, unlucky there, Hull. Come downfield, looking very lively. Super tattle there as Stuart Bass couldn't get through. He threw it infield, hoping to keep the ball alive, but Vivers dropped on it, and Saints back in possession, but they're in their own 25. Saints now. Good pass there, well taken from Lockley. Onto Barry Ledger in space. Hurrying up the wing, what is the full-back to me? Yes! Ledger streaking away, gonna go in under the sticks. Lovely play, and Ledger just puts it down right under the sticks. Brings this crowd alive here. Brilliant quick hand from Saints in their own 25. Took it over to the right wing. Loughlin took him on, fed on to Ledger. Only the fullback to beat as Ledger swerved infield. The fullback lost his footing, giving Ledger a comfortable run, unopposed, right under the sticks. Saints' 5th try of the night, and the crowd come alive. Easy conversion for Paul Loughlin. No problem, bounces it right over. 30 points to 2. Still 7 minutes of this first half remaining. Barry Ledger going over for his 2nd try of the season. Kevin Dick here again. Short kick, trying something new. Graham Liptrot well up to him. Takes that ball. Old wily campaigner there, Liptrot. And no problem for him that time. Tony Burke from dummy half, driving up. Saints moving it quickly. Quick hands, Loughlin. On to the end of that ball from Cooper. Still going Loughlin. Finally bounced down right on the halfway line. Sean Patrick, one of the tattlers in there, as Saints bring it to the left. Quick ball there. Cooper again. Lovely ball from Arkwright. Beavers on the left. On to Bernard Dwyer. Still going Dwyer. Yes, he's going to go over. Oh, beautiful rugby. Champagne rugby here. Saints scoring at will. Lovely ball there from Chris Arkwright. On to Shane Cooper. Cooper did the creating there right up the middle. Beavers was on his left. Bernard Dwyer went on his right. He fed it to Dwyer. It looked as though Bernard Dwyer was going to get bottled up, but he went on a diagonal run and touched down midway between the posts and the touchline. Saints' 6th try of the night. 34 points to 2. Saints certainly on song. They've definitely been putting it together. And who's going to stop them? Dave Tanner going to take the conversion attempt. From the right of the posts. Tanner just takes a breath and away he goes. Yes, good goal from Dave Tanner. 36 points to 2. Tanner with his 23rd goal of the season, his 2nd of tonight's match. And Hull bringing on 2 substitutions. And 15 coming on for 12 and 13, so that's Windley and Jackson coming on for Wellham and Sharp. Obviously Len Casey not pleased with the back row forwards performance. They're being well and truly trounced. 36 points to 2 at present, and still 4 minutes of the first half gone. Said before, it just looks as though Saints, if they fling the ball out, they're just going to score at will. Liptrot keeping them going. On to Tony Burke. Number 15, Jackson, quickly in there. with Price. Graham Liptrop feeds it infield. Mark Healy on to Chris Arkwright. Good ball there from Arkwright. Tremendous run. Good as Dwyer, I think that was that time. Oh, it's Stuart Evans. Tremendous run off Evans. Little chip kick off Holding. Taken off the ball. Shane Cooper following it up. Couldn't gather it. The far side touch judge is on. I think for an infringement. That late tackle on Holding. Yes, the penalty being awarded Saints way. Good eyes there from the far side touch judge, and Paul Loughlin stepping up for the penalty. Gains the added yardage and finds touch right on the Hull 25. Evans uses the foil. Tony Burke coming up with the ball. Just penetrates the Hull 25. John Fieldhouse, diagonal run. Sharp, beg your pardon, Jackson just come on as replacement for Sharp. In there with the tackle. Neil Holding taking it to Cooper. Phil Beavers linking up with his backs over there on the right wing. Beavers takes it, comes round for the loop movement, gets the ball off Graham Liptrot. Keeps it going, Saints. Quick hands and Hull don't look as though they've got much idea to combat. Fieldhouse onto Bernard Dwyer, short ball onto Mark Healy. Bounced down by Eastwood. Last tackle for Saints. Dwyer onto Neil Holding, lofts it up and under. The chase is on. Cooper is going in for his fourth. Has he scored? Yes! Well, good play from Cooper there. Brilliant performance from this half-back captain tonight. Cooper going in, his fourth of the night, sixth of the season, and he's certainly latching on to any of these loose balls tonight, Cooper. Neil Holding there on the last tackle, lofts it up and under. Cooper chased it and outpaced the Hull defence. I can only think it was Hick going back to try and either kick that ball dead or touch it down, but Cooper beat him to the touchdown and put Saints 40 points to 2 in the lead, with Tanner attempting the conversion. Tanner takes a breather. The crowd dies down for him. Yes, Tanner bangs it over. That's Tanner's third of the night. 24th of the season. And 42 points to 2. Right on the 40 minutes now. So probably as soon as Dick kicks this ball off, the hooter will go. Oh, beg your pardon, it's Windley kicking off. Saints take the ball over on the far right. Stuart Evans just brought down outside his own 25. Graham Liptrop going blindside. Gary Ledger tidies up, I think. No, Hull come away with the ball. Well, all on half-time. Playing in time added on, and I don't think we've had any stoppage time, but it's Hull in possession. Just brought down in the Saints 25. Windley trying to get the forwards moving. No way through for him. Solid tackling there from Saints. Chris Arkwright bounces into the ground. So Hull now brought down centre field in the Saints 25. John Patrick onto Windley, looking to get him going. Solid tackle there, loose ball. Saints comes up with it. Shane Cooper there, he's in at everything on that loose ball. Delia. Saints moving it to the right. Quick hands, break on here. Loughlin coming centre field. Still going, Paul Loughlin. Looking for support. Passing it on to Phil Beavers. but it's a Hull player. There's the half-time hooter. So it's half-time here at Nosey Road. The score is Saints 42, Hull 2. Tries from Arkwright, 4 from Shane Cooper, Barry Ledger and Bernard Dwyer. 7 goals, 4 from Paul Loughlin and 3 from Dave Tanner. So we'll just have to see how we go on in the second half. 22 points to 2, the half-time score. Hull making 2 substitutions just before half-time, and no substitutions for Saints, and no substitutions at the half-time interval. Shane Cooper with 4 tries to his name. Let's hope he gets another 4 this second half. Hull definitely a jaded team. They're in the 3rd round of the Cup. They're playing Doncaster at home, while Saints have an away trip to Salford. We mustn't grumble. I would have liked Doncaster at home, but Salford away is not a bad prospect. It's better than going to Hull or Hull KR. So it's Hull to start off. Wilby kicks it deep. Paul Loughlin stops it with his foot. Kicks it upfield. Taken by Eastwood. All on. Eastwood hurrying up the centre. Brilliant run from this lad. Phil Beavers, last line of defence, very safe. Beavers brings him down, but what a run. Hull now trying to put it together. Dannett. Well, he took his time about that decision, didn't he? Hull take it quickly. Wilby. Beg your pardon, not Wilby. Windley, Phil Windley. Got quick tap there. But it's Hull putting early pressure on the Saints. Driving towards the posts. The ball snatched out, but it's going to be another 6 tackles. Jackson on that loose ball, onto Windley, onto Kevin Dick, but being forced back Hull. Saints not going to give in lightly. Hull bringing it to the left, onto Dannett, trying to barge his way through. No way through for him. Arkwright and Graham Liptrot it was, bring him to ground. Saints tackling, holding firm, forcing Hull back with every tackle. They're taking it over to the right, trying to get some move going onto Kevin Dick. Bringing it left onto James Luluai now, but forced back again. Back to Hick, the full-back. Onto number 15, Jackson. Brought down centre field, it's the last tackle for Hull. The ball kicked through, Saints gather it. I don't know whether he's giving the change over anywhere. No, Saints kick through, but Saints are in possession. Driving forward run there. Graham Liptrot, acting half-back. Taking it to the left. Cooper is the general. Keeping him going, still going Cooper. Just glides around this field, Cooper. Real class player. Must be well in contention for the man of the match with his 4 tries and also his open field play. Phil Beavers, acting half-back. Takes it left. Onto John Fieldhouse. Feeds it inside. Neil Holding. Flicks it up to Beavers. Onto Chris Arkwright. Back to Paul Loughlin, still going. Onto Bernard Dwyer. Bad ball off Dwyer, but cleaned up by Mark Elia. Coming in centre field and brought down in the Hull 25. Saints now, Luke Movement, Holding and Bernard Dwyer going through, feeds it back, but loose ball there, unfortunately, knocked to ground. Hullman picks it up. 3 minutes gone of the second half. 42 points to 2 in Saints' favour. And Andy Dannett barging through, looking to feed on. Onto the hooker, Sean Patrick. But Hull now, bringing it to the left. Onto Windley. Flicks it up. Looks as though he was on the ground as he passed the ball up. The referee Haig, yes, awarding the penalty to the Saints. mean, he was tackled, but he threw the ball from a grounded position. Paul Loughlin now in tremendous form tonight. Finds touch just inside the Hull 25. Neil Holding gives it Graham Liptrot. Graham Liptrot to restart. Evans on the blind side and takes the dummy run. Saints moving it left. Fieldhouse. Cooper! See the gap, Cooper! Just brought down in the 25. Looks as though he was through. Quick hands from Saints now. Saints bringing it to the right. Tony Burke coming from deep. Mark Healy acting half-back. Saints spread it to the right. Chris Arkwright, short ball to Beavers. Backing up tremendous. Graham Liptrot there. Went to feed inside to Bernard Dwyer. He was impeded. Liptrot takes the tackle. Saints only yards from the line. It's brought down short again. Hull tackling holds firm. Well, Hull moving up very quickly there. And it's the changeover, one of the rare changeovers we've had at this evening's match. Luluai now. Being forced back. Saints moving up very quickly. As Hull try to spread it to the right, the 10 yards from their own line, and certainly don't look as though they've got much idea at all. Well, quick break through there. Windley inside to Kevin Dick. Ball's down, Loughlin gathers it. Feeds it to David Tanner. Coming off his own left wing over to the right. Fieldhouse. Bernard Dwyer taking him on. Feeds on to Ledger. Only the full-back to beat. Comes in field. Ledger still going. Yes, Cooper. Cooper on the end of it. High for this man. Brilliant backing up from this Kiwi standoff. Shane Cooper going in for his 5th of the night. Well, Saints' record is 6 tries. There's quite a few on 6 tries for Saints. 6 tries in a match, that's, and just 6 minutes gone of this second half, and I think the try scoring record could go tonight. Paul Loughlin bangs it over. 48 points to 2. Saints really trouncing the opposition. A bit slow off the mark this half. Took them 6 minutes to get in the swing before we scored a try. But it's Windley to kick off. Saints brought down on the 25. Tony Burke. Graham Liptrot stepping up, but acting half-back. Gonna spread it left. Evans still going. Good forward this Evans, really finding his feet now, coming from strength to strength. Neil Holding. Penalised there for crossing. Referee Haig taking his time about that, but finally making his decision. So Hull now, they look a bit at 6s and 7s, but Eastwood stepping up, going for the added yardage this time. A swirling kick there. Good kick from Eastwood, finds touch just a couple of yards from Saints' try line. Patrick to restart, bringing it left. Windley feeds it on to number 11, Wilby. Patrick attacked in half-back. Hull trying to plan move onto Dick, onto Dannett, I think it is. Driving towards the line. Saints tackling Hull's firm. Bernard Dwyer taking a knock there in the tattle. Wilby. Windley, I beg your pardon, looking to twist round and dive over. Finally plays the ball. Hull trying to dive in there. Brought down short. Quick play the ball from Hull. Dick looking for the runners. Lulaway, is it? No. Forced back. Tremendous tackling there from the Saints. Forced the Hull man back. Coming through at full speed. Quickly on there. Dave Tanner, I think that is down on that loose ball. But Saints are in possession, yes, it was Dave Tanner. Saints in possession in their own 25. Solid run there from the Saints forwards. Driving upfield. 48 points to 2. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Staging a bit of a revival, tackling well. Neil Holding, crossfield kick. Ball back though, right on the Saints 25. The ball going into touch directly on the full, so it's going to be a scrum down from the position where the ball was kicked with the Hull head and ball. It's Phil Windley taking over the scrum half role with Kevin Dick going to the loose forward berth. A super tackle from Saints there. Hull moving it to the left. Change of direction. Dannett, I think that is straightening up, driving towards the line. Windley. Loop movement with Dick. Saints move up very quickly. Forcing back. Number 15 forward there, Jackson. Brought down inches short. Lofted pass there. Onto Price. Going for the line. Brought down right on the Saints try line. It's the last tackle for Hull of this set of 6. Lofted pass. Well, the change over again, super tackling from Saints. Well, the Hull man releases the ball. Mark Elia scoops the loose ball up. Comes away with it. Hull up quickly. And penalised for an infringement. Have to play the ball. Pushing the Saints player off. Have to play the ball, so Paul Loughlin stepping up. Takes the pressure off Saints temporarily. Finds touch on the halfway line. Saints to restart. Namely trot. Tony Burke as the foil. Saints move it to the right, but don't gain any yardage that time. Stuart Evans. Takes some pulling down, Evans. 17.5 stone. Early season signing from Neath Rugby Union Club. Brings a regular contingent of spectators from Neath. Neil Holding onto Loughlin, takes it well. Releases it. Barry Ledger tidies up, but the ball comes back. As indicated by the referee. Ledger still holding the ball. Finally allowed to get up and play. It's John Fieldhouse attacked in half-back. Onto Neil Holding. Good break from Saints there. Lip trot. Onto Chris Arkwright. Cooper there again. Cooper brought down just short of the 25. Beavers and Saints moving it left. Chris Arkwright. Short ball there onto Bernard Dwyer. Last tackle now for Saints. Beavers. Onto Cooper. Kick through. Hull gather the ball. Hull in possession. 10 yards short of their own line. James Lulaway trying to break through. Sean Patrick acting half-back. Hull bring it to the left. To Andy Dannett. Looking to break through. No way through for him. Solid tackle there. Shane Cooper again, right in the thick of it, and Hull bringing it blindside. Feeds on to number 5, Brand. All on. And that's all on. Play on ruled by the referee. It's hit the Hull player's legs, and Hull taking it to the right. Luluai. Loose ball. Hull just getting a little mixed up there, being forced back. And the far side touch judge is on. Obviously something he's seen in that tackle. Just a break in play there, and Hull receiving the penalty. An infringement in that tackle with Bernard Dwyer. Eastwood finds touch on the Saints 25. 14 minutes of the second half gone. 48 points to 2 in Saints' favour. Hull bringing it to the left. Quick ball there, but it's loose. Saints player quickly in there, down on it. Quick play the ball. Neil Holding it was. Played the ball quickly onto Bernard Dwyer. And Dick in there, very enthusiastic with his tackling. And Saints bring it blindside. Graham Littrot, head down, drives into the Hull forwards. Quick hands from Saints. Lovely ball, Fieldhouse. Onto Cooper, inside to Beavers. Loughlin's with him. Lofted pass to Loughlin, still going Saints. Solid play from Saints there. Well, looked a high tackle there from this side of the field, but Loughlin plays the ball onto Cooper. Saints take it to the left. Chris Arkwright feeds it in inside. Beavers, Cooper again. Up to Elia. Saints keep it alive. Onto Bernard Dwyer. Going in field. Onto Beavers. Unlucky there. But the Hull man catches it at the second attempt. I think it's the substitute forward, Jackson. The Saints crowd just getting behind them now. Hull in possession. Pegged in their own 25. Played Hull in the third round of the Players' Competition here at Knowsley Road. We won by 20 points to 16, but Hull certainly came back late on in the game. But they definitely have something on the plate if they're going to come back from a 48 points to 2 deficit. It's an impossible task. Scrum down now. With Saints head and ball, Neil Holding to feed, 10 yards inside the Hull half. And Saints being penalised for an infringement at the scrum. Feeding is the referee's indication, so Hull gets another penalty. Hull with 4 penalties to 2 so far in this second half. Field and fine touch, 10 yards inside the Saints half. Trying to spread it cross field. Solid tackling there. John Fieldhouse well in. Dannett being forced back. Tremendous tackling from the Saints. Neil Holding well in there with Chris Arkwright and Tony Burke. Sean Patrick, Captain halfback. Hull moving it to the right. Loop movement with Dick and Windley, but the ball goes to ground. John Fieldhouse picks it up, feeds it on to Tony Burke. Builds up ahead of Steam. Burke looking to release, but solid tackling from the Hull outfit this time. Saints move it left. Beavers linking up again, overlap there. Elia coming in fielder and a solid tackle on him, brings him down on the halfway. Neil Holding spreads it on. Onto Paul Loughlin now, taking him on Loughlin. Ledger on his outside, gives it to Ledger, yes! In at the corner, Ledger. Ledger's second try of the night. "18 minutes of the second half gone. Ledger in for his second try of the night and his third of the season. Elia coming in fielder and a solid tackle on him, brings him down on the halfway. Neil Holding spreads it onto Paul Loughlin now, taking him on Loughlin. Ledger on his outside, gives it to Ledger, yes! In at the corner, Ledger's second try of the night. 52 points to 2 at present. Just 18 minutes of the second half gone. Dave Tanner already kicked 3 this afternoon. Roy Haggerty there going on as Sandman for Dave Tanner. Left-footed kicker Tanner signed early season from Fylde Rugby Union Club. Really fitted well into the Saints team here. A good utility back, played in all of the back positions. Kicked 24 goals so far this season, lining up there right on the 25, but midway between the posts and the touchline. But slices his kick there, so just 52 points to 2. In possession, Graham Liptrot coming blindside. Good break from Liptrot. Feeds onto Ledger, but he was held. Ledger was held there. Before he had the ball, the touch judge down here to separate them. Number 5 there, Brand, had hold of Ledger. As Graham Liptrot, brilliant break from Liptrot, characteristic of him down the blind side. Decision. He's had a word with Brand, he was the offender, but he's given the scrum down with Hull head and ball, obviously because Ledger being adjudged to have gone in touch with the ball. So it's Windley comes away with the ball from the scrum, so it's been penalised for offside at the line out. But Hull lose the ball, Beavers goes through, picks up. Barkeely on his outside, he couldn't release that time. Wickham's from Saints, Holding, Arkwright, onto Loughlin. Loughlin again, still going. Ledger on his outside, but super tackle there. Well, lying on to play the ball from number 11. Tim Wilby, but Saints spread it left. Quick hands, Cooper, lovely ball onto Elia. Solid tackling from Hull, centre field. Number 15, Jackson, quickly in there and brought Sir Mark Elia down in full flight. The trot onto Loughlin again, coming in field. Looking to feed inside to Bernard Dwyer, out to Barry Ledger. Coming inside, Ledger, flicks it up to Graham Liptrot. Saints spread it left. Evans. Ball goes back. Arkwright, back to Evans, still going Evans, feeds it out, onto Fieldhouse, overlap here for Saints, onto Beavers, onto Mark Elia, going into that corner, feeds it in field, anybody's ball, I think Hull have come up with it, well Elia and Tanner there, but he couldn't get in, he fed it inside Elia. Hullman went on the loose ball. It's Hull in possession. They're about 5 yards from their own try line. The score still 52 points to 2. It's 17 minutes of the second half remaining. And Hull, dare I say, definitely with it all to do. Hull now bringing it to the left. Windley trying to get his side going. Loose ball. Goes down, knock on being ruled by referee Haig. Unlucky there, Hull on a break. And the ball a bit high for a price I think it was to take. It went to a Saints player, but unfortunately he knocked on. It's a scrum down just 10 yards from the Hull 25 with Phil Windley to feed. Ball coming out Hull side. Saints quickly in there. Shane Cooper and Chris Arkwright. Windley again. He's certainly tried to keep him going. Looks a lot more effective than Kevin Dick. Kevin Dick moved up to the loose forward position with two forwards being substituted for Hull late on in the first half. Chris Arkwright quickly in there. On to Windley again. Hull moving it right. Lofted pass onto Eastwood. Speedy carry to this Eastwood. Showed us what he could do in the early minutes of this second half. Certainly takes some bringing down, and it's Hull approaching the Saints 25. Dick now feeding it left, quick ball, but it's gone down. Knock on there, unlucky. I think that's Shane Cooper going down on that loose ball there. Yeah, Shane Cooper it was. Unfortunately, knocking on just outside his own 25. It's Hull head and ball. Phil Windley to feed. Ball against the head there. Saints go away with it. Loughlin again, down this right wing. Tremendous game tonight, Paul Loughlin. Takes the tackle right on the halfway. Well, enthusiastic tackling there from the fullback, Hick. Ledger at dummy half, onto Bernard Dwyer. Flicks it up to Ledger again. Sees the gap, Ledger. Certainly got some pace on him. The ball going loose, over to Cooper. Well, it certainly looks as though that ball went back. But fed on to Cooper. Cooper gets the loose ball, but knock on being ruled. It's a scrum down midway between the Hull 25 and the halfway. Phil Windley to feed. Well, Windley penalised that time for feeding the scrum. 5 penalties to 3 in Hull's favour. Saints tap the ball. On to Vevers, linking up. Feeds inside to Bernard Dwyer. Solid performance from Dwyer this evening. Fieldhouse attacked in half-back. On to Tony Burke from a standing start. Takes some pulling down Burke. Brought down just short of the 25. Well, 2 Hull men there impeding Burke's passage. And Saints moving it quickly to the left. Cooper. Saints taking it blindside now. David Tanner acting half-back. Looking for the loop movement. Tanner gets the ball. Coming cross field. Brought down on the Hull 25. Last tackle of this set of 6 for Saints. Neil Holding. Over to Chris Arkwright. Chip kick through from Arkwright. Beavers following it up. All on. But the Hull man gathers it at the second attempt. Number 15 it was, Jackson. Solid Saints tackling down in the Hull 25. 13 minutes of the game remaining. All with a little chip kick through. Taken by Cooper. Back to Phil Beavers. Short ball to Mark Elia. Comes back centre field. Down to Cooper again. Cooper feeds outside to Dave Tanner. Quick hand from Saints there. Saints want to quick play the ball. Spread it over to the right. Tony Burke stood up in the tackle. Cooper attacked in half-back. Looking for that elusive 6th try. Holding. Onto Liptrot. Good ball, Arkwright. Must go in here. Bernard Dwyer on his outside. Arkwright just couldn't slip the ball up. And Hull tend to lie on that to play the ball. It's a Graham Liptrot stepping up. Takes it left. Saints temporarily coming to a halt. Graham Liptrot now at dummy half. Going to take this ball to the left, I should say. On to Neil Holding. John Fieldhouse. Yes, Cooper's in for his 6th. Yes, well that equals a record. 6 tries is the record for Saints by one individual player. Van Vollenhoven, Frank Myler, 2 of them. Cooper going in. for his 8th try of the season and his 6th of the night. There's about 11 minutes of the game remaining, so who knows, he may be in for another to claim the try-scoring record, the individual try-scoring record for himself. For Loughlin now, from the left of the posts, as we're looking at it. Strikes it well, yes. Loughlin bangs it over. Yes, man of the match, Cooper, and undoubtedly Cooper the man of the match with 6 tries. Tremendous play in the loose. Saints making a substitution now. Roy Haggerty coming on, well, getting stripped off. He's gone back in the dugout now. Full kick-off. Saints in possession. Stuart Evans. 58 points to 2. Just 3 tries in this second half from Saints. But Hull in possession. On that loose ball, brought down in the Saints 25. Saints tackling, holding firm. Windley, dummy half, trying to get the Hull forwards going. Brought down right on the 25 now. Tony Burke and Bernard Dwyer, I think it is, in there at the tackle again. Took a knock before up there, Bernard Dwyer, but shrugged it off. Windley. Short ball onto Dannett. Being drove over into touch, yes. Puts a leg into touch. Scrum down. 15 yards from Saints try line. Neil holding to feed. Saints head and ball. Good hook there from Graham Littrot. Ledger coming in field. Diagonal run from Ledger, but solid tackling. Jackson in there, substitute forward Jackson. Bounces Ledger down. Beavers at dummy half. Cooper feeds it inside. Bernard Dwyer now. Hull moving up very quickly. At the play the ball. Obviously try to close Saints down. They've not done very well, have they? Judging by the score at 58-2, but Saints keeping it alive. Cooper again. Keeps the Saints going. Evans, short ball to Dwyer. Still going, Bernard Dwyer. Solid tackle, brought down 10 yards short of the halfway line. Barry Ledger at acting half-back. Cooper again, the general. Short ball there. Beavers, the brakes on. Onto Neil Holding. Brought down centre field. While Loughlin up there in the middle. Saints bringing it to the right. This Arkwright. Shrugs Kevin Dick off, pushes him out of the way. But the ball coming loose. Kevin Dick gathers it, looks at Arkwright and Hull in possession. James Luluai. Short ball there. John Fieldhouse quickly in at the tackle. But it's Hull in possession. Brought down 10 yards inside the Saints half. 8 minutes of the game remaining. Hull with just 2 points to the credit this evening. Chip kick through, Phil Beavers well positioned. Tremendous full-back Beavers, gets out to the tackle, keeps it going. Quick hand from Saints, Cooper onto Loughlin again. Ledger on his outside, feeds it to Ledger, going in for the corner. Chip kick, Ledger, the chase is on. Yes, Ledger's going in for his hat-trick. Brilliant try there from Ledger. 33 minutes of the second half. Ledger goes in for his hat-trick. What a feast of rugby here at Nosey Road tonight. Good play, the quick break from in their own half. Fed on to Loughlin again. Ledger on his outside, he fed on to Ledger. Three Hull defenders coming in, but he chipped over, went inside Ledger, just dribbled it over to the right of the posts and touchdown there. Hull making a substitution there, number 12, Wellham coming back on as a replacement for Gannett, and Paul Farber for Saints coming on for Tony Burke. Tremendous game tonight, Burke, and Roy Haggerty coming on for Neil Holding. Lachlan converts. The score is 64 points to 2. Saints making the two substitutions there. Haggerty for Holding and Farber for Burke. Haggerty now. Looking to release, always keen to release the ball, Haggerty. John Woods named as man of the match in the cup tie at Warrington, Wilderspoon Saturday, but in my opinion, Roy Haggerty well worthy of the man of the match. Farber now. Streaking on, two fresh men, and just 5 minutes remaining. 64 points to 2. Shane Cooper looking for that elusive 7th try. Quick hands from Saints. This Arkwright tidies up. Play ruled on, I think. Referee Haig coming in for a look. Rowe Hullman comes up with the ball. Kevin Dick acting half-back. On to Jackson. Farber bounces him down. Solid tackle there from Farber. But referee Haig awarding Hull a penalty for Farber going in with a swinging arm. So it's Eastwood, Phil Eastwood, for the kick to touch. Finds touch just short of the Saints 25. Hull looking to register the first try of the night. Just one solitary penalty goal in the 17th minute of the first half. Saints are really rampant tonight, but it's Hull in possession. Jackson at dummy half, looking to go through. Shane Cooper sticks to his task, brings him down. Quick play the ball from Hull. On to Windley. Bobbing and waving, looking round, still going Windley. Certainly kept this Hull outfit going in this second half. Hick with a kick through, ball's going dead, too deep. Hick looking to chip through, but no way through for him. So it's a 25-yard restart, a tap restart for Saints. Graham Liptrot on to Roy Haggerty. Feeds back to Liptrot. Saints keep it going. Chris Arkwright. Farber on his inside. Arkwright takes the tackle, brought down 10 yards short of the halfway. Liptrot on to Cooper. Short ball onto John Fieldhouse. Loose ball there. On to number 5. Wingman Brand. Brought down short. Good tackle there from Beavers. Loose ball here. And Beavers get back very quickly there. On to Luluai. On to Wilby. Feeds on. Hull driving forward. Should have made more of that. Brand there. Looks though he was going to go in at the corner, but Beavers a tremendous cover tackle. Windley now. Keeping his forwards moving. Paul Farber in there at the tackle. Kevin Dick. Looking inside. Feeds back inside, Kevin Dick. There was one time we'd see Kevin Dick definitely go for that try, but no way through for him there. Dick again. Loose ball. Unlucky there, Dave Tanner couldn't gather it. The tackle's been waved off. Hull with another 6 tackles in the Saints 25 to see if they can get the first try on the board. Brought down 10 yards short. Couple of minutes remaining. 64 points to 2 in Saints' favour. Hull still in possession, and Paul Farber in completing the tackle for the Saints. Windley, inside ball. Still keeping it alive. Windley again, looking to get through. Outrageous dummy from Windley, but Saints hold firm. Chris Arkwright, last tackle for Hull. Kevin Dick trying to grub her through. Barry Ledger does the right thing, sees the danger, kicks it dead. So Saints going to be forced to drop out from between their own posts. James Luluai takes it safely. Brand on his outside. Luluai goes infield. Meets Chris Arkwright. John Fieldhouse with him. Kevin Dick attacked in half-back. Hull moving it to the right. Windley. Brought down centre field. Substitute forward Jackson attacked in half-back. Taking it to the right. Windley again. Unlucky there. Saints running out. Winners 64 points to 2. A tremendous game here. Saints only scoring 4 tries in the second half, 7 in the first half, an 11 try performance. Tries from Arkwright, 6 from Shane Cooper, equaling the club individual try scoring record. 3 from Barry Ledger, 1 from Bernard Dwyer, 7 goals from Paul Loughlin, 3 from David Tanner. Shane Cooper, the man of the match, rightly so, tremendous performance.